Yes. Yes.
It's fine. Can you repeat the question?
Okay. So we have a discussion always, right? Inside the club as well, always.
Of course, the club has been a tremendous support, and you, of course, has been the big push that I needed.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Bilna Sandeep Show. I am Bilna Sandeep, and I am the founder of two marketing agencies in UAE, Built Market Lab and Growy. I am also the founder of Homepreneurs Club, which is a powerful networking platform for women entrepreneurs in the UAE. Today, this episode being the very first episode we are shooting as a video episode, I want to bring someone very special in this episode. I would like to welcome Aswathy, who is one of the Homepreneurs Club members as well as a very successful entrepreneur in UAE. She started as a home baker, and right now she has gone and taken one of the biggest steps in her business, which she will be sharing with all of you soon. And that is also the reason why I have brought her in this very first episode of our Bilna Sandeep show in the video mode. So let's welcome Aswathy. Hi Aswathy, welcome.
Hello.
So Aswathy, maybe for our listeners, we would like to hear about you from yourself.
So, hello everyone. My name is Aswathy Shosha Varghese. I'm a baker and a cake artist, and I started baking when I was 15. I own the brand Crumbles, and my baking journey started from home. And it was from a regular recipe from a magazine, a woman's magazine that came home, and it just happened. And when you start baking, you realize that how therapeutic it is, and that's how the journey began.
That's nice. And now, speaking about how therapeutic it is for me, I mean, it's not for everyone, right? For me, whenever I try baking something, I have always failed. But I know I've tasted everything that, a lot of things that you have done, and you are an expert in that.
Thank you.
And by the way, one of the things that I've noticed with a lot of bakers here in UAE, right? There's quite a lot of home bakers, but they're not able to go to the next level, probably because there's a lot of regulations, there's a lot of authorities, and it's not easy to go get the approvals, go into the right route of getting the licenses, and it's quite an investment as well, right? So how did you get the courage to go into that next step? You have done into that right now.
We are talking about the food industry here. So as per the UAE government laws, anybody, including me, like a baker or even a person who handles food, basically a food handler, even the delivery people, they're supposed to follow certain food safety measures. And we realize it as we go through the process that how important it is. And also, when you get a license, it opens up a lot of opportunities for you. You create a trust factor with your clients. You have a customer satisfaction. So that's how I started to think about it. As you go into the process, you realize that it is quite difficult. But once you get there, it is, it's a lovely journey, to be very honest.
So, how is your experience, baking at your home versus now baking from a cloud kitchen? How has that changed the overall?
Everything is different. The ovens at the cloud kitchen, the commercial kitchen is beautiful. So, you have your perfect rice to your cakes. You become more organized because you're sharing the space with somebody else as well.
Yes.
So, there are a lot of people working in the kitchen. So, you have a time management. So it's a beautiful journey. You learn a lot of new things, and you learn from your peers. So it is a good experience.
That's nice. Is it you get a slot that you book in, and within that time you have to finish your whole baking?
Yes. So it's not like that. Like, we have days wherein we have booked into the kitchen. So we work from 9 to 6.
Okay.
And so we make sure that, but there are other people who might need the oven or something, or the stove or the gas or whatever.
Okay.
And you tend to organize with them, and maybe they are going to bake something else in the oven, so we don't want the smell. So there are a lot of factors when it comes to baking.
Okay, that's nice.
We take into account all of that, and it is understanding your peers, and it's even though they are from different businesses, it's about a teamwork in the kitchen. So it's a very
nice.
good experience.
That's very nice. Now, like when it comes to the opportunities, right? I'm sure like going into the right route has opened up a lot of opportunities
Of
for
course.
you, right? Which probably you were missing before. So how does that feel like? And could you like explain a few of it so that the ones who are watching, probably they might also get inspired to go into that route?
See, if I talk about that, I got a very beautiful opportunity recently wherein I think I wouldn't have gotten it before. It was like I got to present my concept of Crumbles, my brand, to the Dubai SME. And there were
That's
government
nice.
officials. It was a beautiful opportunity. They got to taste test a lot of my bakes. And it was a beautiful connection. They understood my concept, where I'm coming from,
That's
what
nice.
inspired me to start it. And it was a very good experience. Like, I don't think a lot of people you can just walk into a government office or do something like that.
Exactly.
So it's
especially when you have the right kind of license, then you can go into all the
Yes.
corporate sectors as well, probably,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, and even previous year when I did a lot of pop-ups, I've realized that when I want my right kind of ideal customer or something that you have taught me, for me to approach them, there was a certain type of licensing or something that is required. For example, in the UAE, when you have a license, you need to have a food watch permit. It's called a food watch permit to
Okay,
take
nice.
part in certain, like pop-up markets, something that is happening around. So it was difficult without the food watch permit, even to approach certain schools in the UAE. So with this licensing, I hope this year I can do a lot more and approach corporates as well. And it will open up to a lot of things. And like I said, it's not just about the opportunities. It is about, having a customer satisfaction, and your customers get to trust you more.
When you have the right license.
Yes,
That's true.
yes.
Very true. So now, since you also mentioned about the pop-ups, like we have a discussion always, right, inside
Yes.
the club as well, always, that you are one of the pop-up queens. Because I have seen you like go in and out in a lot of pop-ups, and I know you truly enjoy being in that place, meeting the customers. Would you like to share about that as well?
See, I'm a big fan of pop-ups, which is quite true. Like, even when I was in college, I used to do pop-ups for
that's
Christmas.
nice,
Yeah.
that's nice.
So I don't know, it's some kind of adrenaline rush, I don't know. But I kind of enjoy it because a lot of things, it's not just about the sales or anything. It is about meeting new people, understanding what people like. You get to interact with a lot of people, and you get to meet a lot of vendors. So last year around Christmas, I participated around 8-9 pop-ups, and this was also there was a restriction for the number of pop-ups I could do because of my licensing issues back then.
Yes.
So whatever I could, I did, along with my other Christmas. It's a bit festive season, it's too much of
Yes.
orders. So at that time, what I learned to realize is I got to meet a lot of vendors and a lot of people. You will be shocked with the amount of or the type of businesses that people do here, and I'm sure like COVID has helped a lot for that.
Yes.
But and we get a chance to speak to them, understand, collaborate maybe, and do a lot of things. So I think that one thing that about pop-ups I like is that, when you go for a pop-up, you should not expect to get an immediate order as soon as you finish your pop-up. They might like the brownies, they might like the cookies, but you have to be consistent. Consistency is key here. So you should let your clients have, there's a trust factor again. So they keep seeing you there all the time. So
It's
obviously,
like repeated.
yeah,
Like you see
yeah,
them in the
yeah.
whole of season. You see in one pop market, then the next one, sometimes the same customer might walk in.
Yes. So recently I went out for a coffee, and there was a lady who was there from one of the pop-ups I've done 3 times. She just walked in, she said, "Hey, hi," and she said, "Hi, Crumbles," and she just so it was like, people get to know you, they get to know your brand.
That's nice.
They might not buy from you immediately, but they will come back to you, but you should give it some time and wait for it.
I think now that the next question which I have is like, since you are a lot into pop-ups, right? A lot of our own Homepreneurs Club members and a lot of other women-owned businesses tell me that I went to this pop-up, I didn't get much sale. I went to the other one, I didn't get much sale. So how do you say it? What's the right kind of pop-ups to be in? And also, like you said, maybe they may not make the sale at that time, but you're building a relationship there,
Yes.
right? So how do you take that relation to the next level? How do you, make sure that they're seeing you again? Or like, is it through the social media? Like, do you get them to follow you? What do you do during this?
I very rarely ask people to follow me. Like, I keep my Instagram flyer there saying if they want they can scan, but I never ask them seriously to follow me, or if they want they naturally follow me.
Definitely.
Right?
I think it's your taste that makes them follow you.
So it is up to the person, and I don't believe there is one thing I would like to say is it doesn't matter how many followers you have.
Yes.
If you see my page, I don't have quite a lot of followers, but I've grown over the 1 year. I've grown quite a lot, and I feel that if they want, they will come back to you, they will follow you, and they will find a way to contact you. At the same time, like regarding the pop-ups, like if I see I get to know like about the pop-ups through different Facebook groups. There are different holiday groups and a lot of other things, and the people post there or something. So I try to see like what especially it's food. So it is quite different to the other kind of business that you have, because everybody needs food. Everybody buys it wherever I go. So it is different, but it is for you to see. But at the same time, see what kind of market is. You can ask them. Like I gently ask them. The questions I ask the organizers are there any other food vendors? What are the kind of food that is being sold there? So I have to see if it is. Obviously, I'm spending the whole day there, the right kind of audience, or what it is. And also, I would say, like, I've been to a lot of Christmas pop-up markets. Try to do something which is pertain to the theme. Like a lot of people I've noticed, they just come there with their existing products with no changes just to sell. But when people are in the Christmas festive spirit, they want to see something Christmassy, they want to buy something. So I generally don't get the time to decorate my table a lot, but I try to use something nice to, something simple, but
something all that goes with the theme of the pop-up.
But all my like in November and December, around that time, all the treats, all the pop-ups I do, they're Christmas oriented, and all my edible treats are Christmas themed. So if it's a brownie, it becomes a reindeer brownie. If it's a cookie, it becomes a Santa cookie. So something like that. So you get to attract, and the people who are coming also should be in that spirit. They should feel it. That's how. And obviously there's a connection factor also with your clients.
That's nice. And since you are a people's person, and I know you believe in a lot of collaborations. I myself have seen you collaborate with a lot of other brands, even from our club. And even when I ordered for one of our clients gifting, you had collaborated with Insia's brand. And so there's a lot of collaborations that you do, right? So for those people who are starting out a small business, how, could you explain how to find the right sort of collaborations for your business? And how has those collaborations helped you grow as a business as well?
See, I would first like to talk about how collaboration has helped me to grow as a business and why it is important. So it so happened you introduced me to somebody, and they wanted something related to vegan things. And I was not at all into vegan baking, and to be very honest, I had no clue where to source the things. Regular supermarket, fine, but I rarely buy my ingredients from regular supermarkets, because we always tend to bulk buy, and we buy from our producers, like the suppliers. And so this particular company, they approached me, and they wanted something for them, and I just didn't say no, because I wanted to experiment.
That's amazing.
I told them that I am not much keen in not keen, I would say that I am not much experienced with this kind of baking, but I would like to give it a try. And I offered, because I am not experienced into this, I told them that I'm going to give you samples first, because that's what matters, because they need to test it. It's about food is something which uses all 5 of our senses, because you taste, you smell, you touch, texture, everything is there. So I told them I'm going to give you the samples, and they agreed. And so in that week's time, I did a lot of recipe testing. I sat and I found out suppliers like who can give it to me. So in my mind, back of my mind, the deal has already happened. Because if I just wanted to test a recipe, I could have just gone to a supermarket and bought it. But I wanted to see if it is going to work from the beginning itself, like with respect to the pricing
as
and
a
everything.
business, right?
Yes, as a business. So I did all that, and I gave them the samples. This was when they had tried samples from different other companies as well, and it didn't work. Now everything went fine. It was beautiful. We tested, we tasted, we tested it in the machine. Everything was fine, but the deal didn't happen because of my licensing issue.
Okay.
And to be honest, like I was, it was a big deal, and it was a bit upsetting. But that's when this thought came, okay, oh my God, the licensing is a big issue out there.
Yes.
Now, about this collaboration, even though it didn't work, what I would like to say is right now, I'm into full-fledged vegan baking, and in all my pop-ups, I have my famous vegan chocolate cake, which gets sold out. Even if I take 3 cakes, it gets sold out.
Amazing.
So yeah, so it's one of my, and nobody kind of realizes it's a vegan cake. So yeah, so if I had said no, then I would have never gone into
trying out something new, right?
Exploring something new.
Yes.
And so I realized, okay, then I went in and thought, okay, maybe I should do gluten-free. And I started doing gluten-free. So now I do regular, vegan, gluten-free, and recently somebody approached me for sugar-free, and I told them, okay, I will do it for you, because I've done sugar-free 3 years back, and I just stopped because that time I was just starting out or something like that. So I thought, and now I'm like, okay, so let's do everything. Like, it doesn't, see, it's about your fear.
Yes,
like
getting rid of that fear of what if it doesn't work out.
Yeah, it doesn't work. See, if you stop fearing fear has two sides.
Yes.
Like, for example, fear will stop your business growing, and fear will make you also stop. Like, for example, like if I have that fear and I'm not going to do it, I would have never delved into this vegan
new zone, right?
New
it's a completely
zone.
new
Yeah.
zone. Yes.
At the same time, if I don't have that fear, I will stop exploring also. Right, so it doesn't, it's about what you want to do. Like never stop exploring in your business, and you're always learning. You're always learning something new. Trends are changing, so yeah, keep going with the flow.
That's nice. You know what I like the most about this experience you shared? You were right from the beginning thinking of the right business aspect of it as well. You were not just looking at a small amount of ingredient which you could buy off the shelf in a supermarket. You were also looking at the suppliers, so that you can give the right sort of pricing and everything. So you have that right sort of business mindset. And I know you come from a family background of business as well. So how has it impacted you as a business owner?
In fact, like almost everyone I know in my family, they're from the business background. So I myself, I'm an investment banker. But even in, like, when I was young, I think I've told you this, like, people, when they ask others, what do you want to be, what do you want to be, they used to turn to me, and then you asked, what business do you want to start? So maybe that has been there in me.
In your blood.
Yes, it has been there. So when I was young, I wanted to start a finishing school. And now with Instagram, I don't think it really works because everything's out there. But there I had always dream big.
That's nice.
Yes, it's been there. And my mom, she's 73 years old. She's running a business for the past 49 years. And she's very independent, and she's an inspiration, to be very honest.
You have the biggest inspiration at home itself.
Yes, of course.
That's like a very huge thing, because for me, I come from a background of zero business. Like, I don't know anybody in my family who's been into business. So that versus when you have that support system at home, like, who understand the basics of business, how it works. I think that's a huge part of it, right?
Yes, of course it is. They kind of understand the challenges that we are going to face, and I have grown up seeing the challenges she has faced.
Yes.
So for me, I'm like, okay, and she got past it, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to get past it.
Yes.
It just needs, when the time is right, it's going to happen. But it doesn't mean that you leave it to time. You put that effort from your end, and then you see how it's going to turn out to be.
Come out, and yes. Now, if I see your journey over the last 1 year, so I think it was around this time last year.
Yes, it's been a year.
In April that I first met you. You came as a visitor in one of our Homepreneurs Club meetups, and that's when I came to know about you. And at that time, I think you were just baking for some of your close family and network.
Yes.
And now I can see yesterday or 2 days back when you posted the photo in your cloud kitchen, I was feeling so proud to see the whole growth. how has our club impacted your journey? Has it helped in your growth as a business from that to your business?
Of course, the club has been a tremendous support, and you, of course, has been the big push that I
Thank
needed.
you.
Regarding that, so I have to tell you, one of the club meetings that I think it was at Connections Cafe or something. I happened to sit next to a lady who handles skincare. So
Yes.
skincare is as important as food because it gets absorbed by the skin
yes.
and you eat.
And
for
I think
food.
probably similar regulations
Yes,
also in here.
yes. So there's strict regulations for that as well. So we were just sitting there, everybody was talking, and she was just sitting there, and I just said, she was in a corner, and I just went and said hello, and we started speaking, and she was, but I've noticed that she does a lot of pop-up markets. So I just said
Okay.
hello, and I asked her like, how does she approach? And then she asked me, she happened to ask me like, what do you do, like why don't you participate, you seem to be so interested
Okay.
in pop-up market. I said yeah. Then I was telling her my story, and then I told her, but I don't think it's possible for me because I'm into food and it's very difficult to get the licensing and the permits required for that. So, and then she's the one who told me, you're mistaken. Like she explained the entire, she gave me a few contacts to approach. And
Okay.
that's how I got into this thought
of license.
Yeah, it was
right?
that meetup that actually put me in the right direction.
That's nice.
Yeah, so and that's when the journey started. I think you're aware that I researched, I called
Yes.
Sharjah Free Zone, I
Yes.
did, and finally I realized the DED license is the right way,
one
and it's
for you.
easier for me because I am based in Dubai.
Yes.
And that's how I finally got it done. There were a lot of shortcut methods
Yes.
which came across
Yes,
to me.
I think we have discussed quite
Yeah.
a lot of them. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
but for me, I felt that it's always better to do it the right way.
Yes.
Because you try to do something else, then
and
you.
then end of the day, you finally will have to come back
Yes,
to it
yes.
if you
So
have
this
the
is
big
like-
plans, right?
Yes. So this is like you have a DED license, you're certified, you get the foot watch permit, you just
Yes.
do
that's-
anything you want.
That's very nice. That's nice. And now coming to the baking, you mentioned that you didn't have a formal training in the beginning, right? You started as as a hobby.
Yes.
And so how did you go about, now if I see your cakes on Instagram or anywhere, it doesn't look like someone who's not trained. So did you actually later on go into some training, or how do you keep up with the trends like that?
I'll be very honest with you. If you see the cakes I did before, it was like a regular homemade cake. And even when I was working with the bank here back in 2015, during weekends, there was a course by Wilton. Okay, and it was a 4-week course, but it was only during the weekends.
Okay.
So I used to take the metro, come attend the weekend, carry all the cake back, and it was quite a journey. But they really taught me like how to stack a cake, how to make a sturdy structure. So
Okay.
yeah, from there now everything is there on Instagram. I'm talking about a time back when social media was not very active.
yes.
And of course, I've never assumed myself to be, very honestly, a very creative person. But over the years, for my son's first birthday, I kind of realized that was a time when they started doing all the backdrop decorations, the
Okay.
big dessert table and all that. And I kind of felt that, okay, I should do it. And
Yes.
that's when I started realizing, I think a lot of women kind of realize about their creative side after their kids are born. So I'm one of them.
Even I am.
So I'm one of them who kind of realized, and then slowly you learn. Like you said, whatever you bake, it's not this thing.
never works
but
for me,
but no,
yes.
it's just, I feel it's just
The
practice.
interest probably,
Yeah, it's an
and
interest,
the
it's a
passion
passion.
you have, yes.
And I'll tell you, it's like you're doing an experiment. It's
Okay.
baking is science. So you do something, one time you get it right, then there is some kind of feeling, your happiness that you get.
Yes.
You just keep doing it.
Okay. So that becomes a motivation for your
Yes.
next baking.
Yes, yes.
That's very nice. That's nice. And now you also mentioned, during our networking meeting, you met somebody which actually put you in the right thought process. And I know you have been to a lot of networking events, our club as well as a lot of others as well. So how does one approach networking in for their business? Like when they go to a networking event, what's that they should be doing to find the right connects in that?
I never bombard a person and introduce myself. But when I'm free with a person, like when I feel a connection, I talk, I say, and we should kind of realize if they are interested to collaborate or do something with you. Now, over the vendors, a lot of vendors with the pop-up markets, let me tell you, I have connected people who are not even related to me. Like when I talk to a person, I kind of realize, oh my God, this person would do amazing with this particular person.
Okay.
I just speak to both of them and I connect them.
You are like a master connector.
I like to support businesses because I have been through it and I think that together we can work wonders.
Amazing.
So like I try to connect people. Now, I just approach, generally we talk. And we kind of see, if you see there is a chance of a collaboration, there's a synergy, then you kind of discuss. And I'm very direct. I put it like on their table saying that, see, I think we can do some, would you be interested?
Okay.
And it just, if it happens, it happens. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong in asking anyway,
and
right?
about collaborations, I would like to tell people, don't expect things to happen right away.
Yes.
Yeah, you should have the patience. And about choosing people, I would say choose somebody, who is, somebody who's relevant to your industry.
Yes.
Like, for example, me and Insia, for example. Insia, she does cake toppers and all that.
Yes.
So when she approached me, she was doing gift hampers. And then it was something, my product was something that would have gone on, complementary and it went.
Yes.
So we collaborated. So it is about something like that.
Yes,
like don't go with somebody who does a baker and a cloth business.
It doesn't work together.
It doesn't work together.
Yes.
So try, feel the connection, and always don't expect good results. Maybe that particular person will benefit a lot from that particular collaboration. It has happened to me.
Yes.
And but don't feel bad about it. You don't know, maybe next time it will work out for you. But keep doing it. Always, in everything, consistency is the main part. Like,
I think like an example of that similar collaboration which you had with Insia, I remember my client, they called me after I gave that hamper. They called me, who made that gift? Who made that dates chocolate? And I gave them your number, and he's like, I'm going to contact them for the next time when I want something for my family or gifting. So you never know through collaborations where your products are reaching to right kind of hands, different people. So I think that's one of the huge things which I see you are like always very positive about anything that you do, be it in collaborations. So I think that is what drives a lot of businesses, and I've seen you inspire others also in the club, a lot of others, and I think some of your friends also who joined, and it's all because like you start a motion. I think once you start something, it just goes behind that.
Yes.
And also as a mom now, how do you juggle like your life right now? Now you are also going and working in the cloud kitchen, right? So you're not at home always now. How does that work now?
See, to be very honest, my kids are very young. They're like 6 and 1.5, so quite young, and there's a time they need me. But I kind of at home, when I'm at home, I spend my time with them. And
That's
nice. But to be very honest, most of my work at home happens when they're sleeping or when they're busy with something. At this point of my business journey, I don't really believe in work-life balance, to be very honest. I think it's just a myth.
Yes.
It kind of doesn't happen. But maybe as I grow and I get to delegate, because I'm right now in a position where I have to do everything from packaging, everything. But as I grow, maybe I can delegate, and I will be able to delegate. It's that kind of business. So right now, it's a myth, but you somehow when you have an understanding family, it kind of works out. But obviously, my 1.5-year-old now doesn't understand.
I've also seen your son also get involved sometimes.
Yeah, he does. So he's a very good manager, I must say, the 6-year-old. He loves, like when I had my Diwali hampers, I just tell him, he's got a lot of competitive spirit, so I keep telling him that we have to finish this is our timeline. So he helps me cut the ribbons, he hands over the ribbons while I tie the bow or something or the other. He just keeps himself involved, and he loves coming to my pop-ups, and sitting there handing out the the item to the customer.
That's nice. So he also comes from the same business mindset.
Yeah, maybe he does have a natural instinct for it.
That's nice. Now now coming back to the investing into your business, a lot of home bakers, one reason they don't invest is they're too scared, there's a bit of money involved, so there's a point that you need to get rid of the fear if you want to grow really big, or you will be stuck in somewhere, right?
Exactly.
So what is your advice to them, how to go about it? I mean, it's not just about finding the money, even if you have it in your hand, some people don't have the courage to put it on the table for your business, right? How do you go about that part?
It's about, if I talk about that, I would say when I had that opportunities, the business opportunities, just like that vegan opportunity, I had something else as well. Both the times it didn't happen because of my licensing issue and the food permits and all that. So at that time I kind of realized that who's stopping my business to grow? I myself, right?
Yes,
I am not letting my business grow.
It's a mindset problem.
It's my
right?
mindset. It's my fear whether I'm going to get the money, what I've invested. So it's about, of course, it is about taking a risk. But if you are sure this is what you want, the fear just goes off.
When you know that, I can do it.
And there is no looking back. You go forward, you do it. And of course, a lot of opportunities, especially in the food industry, opens up when and again, your customers are satisfied, they trust you. So there is, it shows to them you're kind of serious about your business.
Yes.
It is not like other businesses wherein, because this is quite a lot of money that you're putting on the table.
Exactly.
So it really shows that you are serious about it.
That's nice. And now that you have invested, now how are you finding your new customers? Is social media, or is there other platforms, online, offline? How do you market yourself?
See, as of now, like I said, the opportunity I got with Dubai SME was extremely fantastic. And similarly, I'm just waiting for the festive season to see what opens up, and I'm waiting for summer, for the next 2 months of holidays to finish off, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of opportunities that come up, and especially when you get licensing, you can approach corporates and a lot of other things like that. And see, what I would say is that never have that fear to do something. Like I had explained before, fear kind of stops you from growing. From exploring. And when you never stop exploring. When you stop exploring, you stop growing. To be very honest.
Exactly. So it's like you're not scared to go out and knock the doors and find the right kind of customers.
Of course not. There's no looking back right now, at least for a year.
Now that you have invested into the license, you know that you have to meet your targets.
Yes.
Right?
See, one thing I would say is never expect returns as soon as I get my license. So it's not going to happen. Okay, people should get to know you, be there, and I'm very happy, and I was really shocked the amount of the messages I got on Instagram when I said I just put a story saying that I'm licensed, I'm working with my showing them my kitchen space and all that, but a lot of support, and it's mind-blowing, to be very honest.
I think it's more of a dream for a lot of people.
Of course it is.
There's a lot of them, right, who are into home baking, and I'm sure this episode will be quite an inspiration for a lot of home bakers as well. I myself know a lot of them from our club itself. We have a few of them. They're all on the fence. They all know that if they want to grow it to the next level, they need to invest. Probably your story would become their inspiration to take it to the next level. Now, also coming back to the knocking the clients' doors, right? Do you set targets for yourself? I need to, now that you have put this amount of money into business, do you have targets this month I'm gonna make this much in revenue, and next month? Do you do that as well?
Yes, I have done that. I didn't do it initially during the initial few months, and then last year in December I sat and I did my mathematical things, and I kind of realized how much I've made.
Yes.
And I was like, and that was like, I started around only in June.
Okay.
So I was like, oh my God, in 6 months I did this.
Yes.
So I can
huge
achieve
scope.
it. Yeah, there is a
Yes.
huge scope, and there is a lot of things I can achieve, if I'm doing it full-fledged.
Yes.
So that's how it became quite serious, like about the
Yes.
licensing and all that issues. And I feel that, I do set targets, and I feel that, when I set a target, there is something about getting a revenue from the markets I'm doing now that I'm licensed. In fact, I'm doing 2 this weekend.
Yes.
There is something about having clients, because markets, like I said, it takes time
Yes.
to show an effect. People
Yes.
might come and buy and go. It is a ready income for you.
Yes.
But at the same time, what matters is the clients who come back to you.
Yes.
Right? Like
Yes.
our regular clients or clients
like
who come.
retainer clients,
Yeah.
probably.
So that is where our future income lies, like
Yes.
like how you plan. So obviously I have planned quite a few, and I'm sure, like, I think you should set targets.
Exactly.
You should. It's a very important, I think for me, since I've set targets in the past few months, I've somewhere or the other tried to achieve it.
That's nice.
So,
That's nice.
yeah, so it kind of gives you a good feeling. It makes your accounts correct. So
Yes,
yeah.
yes, that's nice. And like in terms of delegating, what is your future growth plan as a business? Probably you want to hire more people, or I don't know, what is your next 5 years plan as a baker now?
So I'm not thinking about the 5-year plan now, but to be very honest, I have a business idea like related to baking, which was inspired to me from my last summer, my trip to my brother's country, to UK. So I saw something there which I want to bring it here.
To UAE.
Yeah, to the UAE. So that is something that I'm looking forward to. But it's about, I wouldn't say that it's a activity, but it is more of like something for the parents or the grandparents to do it with their kids, but it's
nice.
related to baking.
Nice.
So it is something that I am planning, and something that I want to bring to. So I don't want to disclose more details about it, but but that is what I have.
That's
and
amazing. I know when it comes from you, it's going to happen as well.
It needs quite a bit of planning, because it is not something that I'm planning to sell only from Instagram or social media. I am somebody who wants to
Go
like
really
you dream big and go big about it.
That's the reason I have you here today, because I know you'll be able to inspire a lot of people today. Because just 1 year journey itself, if I take, I've seen the huge growth curve which has happened. Now, in general, to women who are business owners, what is your maybe the last piece of advice for today? Like, how do they grow their business?
See, I think for a lot of women out there, like, fear is the most, the factor that puts them back or puts them on hold. I think don't let fear overcome you. And to be very honest, see, if you don't do it now, somebody else is going to do it sometime.
Yes.
Right? And I'm sure that I've heard this. I'm not sure if it's true, but every single person have got $1 million idea in their life.
Yes.
But it's about who follows it, who executes it. So
it's all about execution.
Yes. So follow your dreams. There's no harm in trying, right? There's no harm in trying. Give yourself a time, make a plan, give yourself a time, to, explore yourself, see, and see where the journey takes you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Aswathy, for this amazing episode. I'm sure a lot of people out there are going to call you as well.
Oh, thank you. Sure. Always happy to help.
And by the way, please, tell your handles, Instagram handles, so that people know where to find you as well.
So my Instagram handle is crumbles_Shosha, and Shosha is the name, my middle name. It's actually my godmother's name,
nice.
And she's an amazing baker, and that's how I got the middle name of Shosha. She's my godmother.
But when you were born, that name was put, right? How did they know you would go into baking?
No, so back in Kerala, they believe that you get the skills that your godmother or godfather has. So So it was my brother who wanted, because she is an amazing baker, my brother wanted me to have those skills. So he said, let her baptize. So that's how it happened. So my full name is Aswathy Verghese.
I think your whole family was planning for this.
Maybe.
Okay. So it's like it's been there right from the day you were born.
Yeah.
Something has influenced you to become
of course.
That's nice. Thank you so much for this amazing episode, and to all of our listeners here, if you would like to find out more about Aswathy, feel free to check out her Instagram handles. We will also be leaving all the links in our show notes, so you can see and follow her. And if you want to know more about Homepreneurs Club, you can check out homepreneurssclub.com and look at all our other members as well there. Thank you.
Thank you.